Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with your weekly advice readings for the week beginning April 1st, 2019. This will be for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. You can also watch this if you're dealing with the Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, or if your Venus is a Virgo, your Venus sign is a Virgo. For you, I'm using the Deviant Moon Tarot deck, and I like this deck so much that I actually bought the edition with the borders. I initially got the borderless edition, and I found I think they're a little bit more fragile than this edition with the borders on. So I thought I'd get this one and use it to my heart's content without, you know what I mean, disintegrating the cards. So let's see what's coming up for you, Virgos. So we have the Ten of Cups, Three of Swords, Four of Swords, the World, Judgment, the Queen of Swords, the King of Cups, Ace of Swords, and the Hierophant. Okay. I think the colors are a little bit different, or it might be that they seem different because they have the borders on. It's very interesting what a simple set of borders can do in terms of how we see a card. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Moon. So a lot of major arcana cards here. 1, 2, 3 major arcanas, and then a lot of swords. Okay. Now with the Moon, I feel like this is what you've been dealing with. Now this can be confusion, this can be hesitation is what I want to say for some of you. Just feeling a little bit out of your element, not feeling like yourself, struggling to see the truth in a situation, struggling to listen to your own guidance, okay, to act on what you know to be true. Maybe having trouble sleeping, okay, whether that is because, you know, you've been stressing over an issue, situation, or problem, or because there's something going on subconsciously and you've been struggling to sleep or to rest properly, okay, with the Moon card. The Moon also talks about cycles. So maybe you're going through a period of something ending so that something new can begin, or something starting over for some of you. It can be a very emotional time, so just keep that in mind, okay? So the cards you have, let me show you. So you have the Ten of Cups, the Three of Swords, okay, reverse, the Four of Swords. So I feel like someone's coming home, or it can be starting over for some of you, okay, after a time of separation, with the Three of Swords flipping over. While for others, it can be the end of a relationship. You need some distance, you're taking a step back, or this your partner's doing this and it kind of breaks your heart. The World is again a card that talks about cycles, something ending so that something new can begin. It can talk about becoming single. If that's what's going on with this showing up in your reading, I feel like you're happy with what's going on. So you're happy with the fact that you're getting some space, you're getting a break, or you're just breaking up, you're becoming single. The Judgment card. The Judgment card is a card of liberation, of freeing yourself from painful situations, on again, off again cycles, freeing yourself in terms of, you know what, you speak your truth, you get it off your heart, you get it off your chest. It can be a card for to talk about second chances, starting over, clean slates, forgiveness, and starting over. So that's why I feel that cycles are very, very important here for you. The Queen of Swords. So for some of you, I feel like you're the person cutting ties, because this can oftentimes show up as you. So I feel like you're the one cutting ties. You see how you have the Moon in the back? So you've been kind of receiving guidance intuitively, subconsciously for a while, but for whatever reason, either the memory of happier times or the hope that happier times will kind of repeat themselves, you didn't act on that information, on that wisdom. And then with the Queen of Swords, now you're picking up the sword and you're cutting ties because of, with the Judgment card, some sort of epiphany, realization, or information that comes to you in whichever way. The King of Cups, you may be dealing with this King of Cups for some of you, so that would be water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, since you have the Ten of Cups there as well. If this is the case, I feel like this person broke your heart on several occasions or crushed your hopes. Okay, again, it may be on again, off again relationship with the Three of Swords and the Four of Swords. It may be that they're always keeping you waiting. It may be that they never allow you to move on, to completely start over. It's like they still hold power over you and they just pull those strings and you come back, so they know what to say to get you to come back. With the Ace of Swords, you have clarity. You see things for what they are. You know what the right thing to do is and you're not afraid to do it. So this is a card of giving yourself a fresh start by cutting ties with confusion, betrayal, pain, lies, deception, people who treat you less than, you know, what you deserve, who give you less than what you deserve, basically. And then we have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is a card that talks about coming up a few different ways. So for those of you that this talks about a new cycle or a cycle restarting, you know, with family, the Hierophant, especially if you have children together, I mean, because you have the Ten of Cups talking about family, the Judgment card, you have a family in there. So for those of you that this applies, this is renewing vows. This is being welcomed back into the fold, or welcoming this person back into the fold, into the family. Signing paperwork, whether that's, you know, commitments of a legal nature, or again, it's religious commitments or spiritual, you know, where you're just making promises to each other, that sort of energy. But this is a marriage card. For others of you, you might be cutting ties with a water sign and going towards an earth sign, in which case this could be Taurus, sun, moon, or rising sign. Of course, this can be all vice versa, leaving a Taurus for a water sign, or leaving an air sign for a water sign or earth sign. So just kind of take the energy as it applies to you. So yeah, very, very strong focus on family life, emotional life there. So cycles ending. If they're ending, you're ending them and you're happy about it. And it is something that you've been considering for quite some time, okay? So it's just, you've been giving yourself time to come to terms with it, to make peace with it, to check that that's really what you want to do, be sure, and now you're acting upon it, okay? So it's not something that will take you by surprise, or just kind of happen very swiftly. For others of you, it may be the other way around. I am getting a sense of, with the Three of Swords and the Ten of Cups, you might have been dealing with someone who was already married, or had children with someone else, and therefore they didn't really want to commit to you. So it was something that was superficial. It was something that was fun and romantic, but when it got down to it, of okay, what are we doing? When you have the conversation, they say, no, I'm going with my family, or something along those lines. And then with the Queen of Swords, that can represent that sense of betrayal as well. But then completely cutting ties with this person and learning the lessons that come from this experience may give you a better sense of stability and what you want for the future, okay? So reconciliations, getting back together, can happen whether you have children together or not. You may start a family with someone during this time. Marriage, renewing vows can happen during this time. If this is about work, it's a similar situation where you're stuck somewhere where you're not growing, you're not moving forward. Maybe you get along with the people there, and that's why you stay there for as long as you have. But the truth is, which you're coming to the realization of, you want something else, you want something more. In which case, this King of Cups, as soon as you come to that realization and you speak about it, you speak your truth, you let people know your intentions, there's an offer coming through straight away, okay? You may stay in the same company or in the same business, but they're just helping you find something else that you're liking better than what you're doing now, okay? Because there's contracts and commitments coming through right away. Or you may change companies or that sort of thing, but basically, as soon as you speak your truth and you make it known, you've got offers and opportunities coming through, okay? So this is definitely talking about, you know, for you, this is a time to end what you know needs to end. And for others, it's a time for healing, for coming back to something or someone. Because the time apart, the time away from each other, or whatever the situation is, has given you the clarity of what you truly want. Okay? So some revelations are made during this time, whether you're making them or receiving them. But it's they're meant to help you move forward and go in the direction that you are meant to go in. Okay? And let's pull a couple more cards just to clarify. And this is the mini secret tarot deck. And we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the Strength card. So yeah, definitely for some of you, you're cutting ties with a toxic person. Or this is about standing up for yourself, not taking no for an answer, not compromising, and only keeping in your life what brings you value, or what gives to you what you invest in it. Okay? Because that is a card of being constructive, productive, of growing something, of developing it, not just putting your energy into it for no reason, just to waste it. Okay, so I feel like that's what is on the mind for a lot of you during this time, and that's why you may see these changes happen, or you may make these changes. Okay, so very interesting reading, very interesting. Let me know how these cards make sense to you, if they do, and if you are dealing with these situations. I hope that the messages help you, but yeah, let me know. I'm looking forward to your comments. And as always, watch all your signs, your sun, your moon, your rising, whatever other sign you want to watch. Make the most of this week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.